Yeah, so I think the underlying factor of a strength and conditioning coach is going to be bigger, stronger, and faster. That's kind of the big three when talking about it. But as I'm getting into it, I'm starting to understand that the field itself is making a switch to try to bridge the gap between strength and performance to performance on the court. So an example is, you might come in and you have a guy who's maybe a little smaller and the head coach thinks he needs to put weight on and he needs to get bigger. Is that necessarily the best thing for that guy, right? Like we can take a numerous amounts of NBA players, for example, like we can take Kevin Durant, one of the best scorers in the history of the game, I would argue, and he doesn't lift. So how much better could we get him if he was bigger, stronger, faster? So I think understanding, yes, an underlying principle of our job is to get these athletes bigger, stronger, and faster, but there's so much more in the field in terms of fitness, in terms of just improving little things like a hip turn in a basketball, a defensive slide. If I have a point guard who is going to, say at the top of the key, who starts driving to my right, if my hip turn is slow and he beats me off that first initial movement, then he's going to get to the basket every time. But if my hip turn is efficient and I can beat him off that first move, then he's not going to get anywhere. So implementing sport-specific movements to try to help increase their performance, that's where, as I'm learning, is kind of the range or the area of where this field is going.